Hello everyone. This is Omar. I hope everybody's doing fine. I haven't did a show in a while, but a lot of things are going on. All of a sudden, Dilbert what turned racist after 30 years of being a nice cartoon on Sunday newspapers. I don't know what the hell happened to his owner, but this is what actually happened. We're gonna discuss the idea of what took place. Wait, hold on. Let me get rid of this. Why will almost a 7-year-old man who spent all his life writing on cartoonists in newspapers all over the United States, making millions of dollars, all of a sudden just one day wake up and become just a racist as fuck and doesn't even know anything he did? I'm gonna tell you why. All the newspapers, all the wait, all the newspapers, they're going out of business. There's no revenue, so he needs a revenue. And the best thing for revenue these days is right-wing media. You get on right-wing media, you say the right thing, you send that dog whistle, that alarm. You hate black people, or you hate transgender people, or you hate anybody, as long as you lie to them, and that money starts coming in. He needed subscribers on his YouTube channel, and he's going to get them. The most loyal subscribers or followers are people on right-wing media, the people who believe in right-wing media. Why do you think Ben Shapiro is making what? Let me make sure. Is making $100 million a year, selling bullshit every day. Offered Steven Crowder $12 million a year for a dumb sound like Steven Crowder, because there's a lot of money to make. Let's listen to what this idiot had to say.
So
All right,
if nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white.
okay, let me give you a little background. He's reading on a poll that asks it's okay to be white or something like that, and I don't know why the ADL has it as a fucking hate part of what a racist word or hateful word or racism. I don't know why, but the question that was based by this pollster, it was tricky. I think the question is, what do you think about the word "it's okay to be white"? He's lying here. I heard it was 21% said no. They don't care. I mean, and 26% had no position on it, so they didn't really. 21% said no. Yeah, and 36% said yes, they have an issue with that. So he put the 21, I think, plus the 36, and came with 53, something like that. I don't have all the information in front of me, but the whole idea is that his reaction, especially for a man who pays attention, he's an artist, right? So he pays attention to details, and he know what the poll meant. And look what he did. He goes on YouTube, he wakes up, and he said, God damn it, it's time to pivot. Can't say there's no money in this newspaper business anymore. They're going out of business. Everybody's online. Gotta make me some money. Good.
People, according to this poll.
Oh, wait, hold on. I made a mistake. When you do shit alone, that's why you're not. I gotta fix the, what do you call it? The microphone. It's gonna sound crazy if I leave it like that. Yo, listen, that's why I'm not that popular, man. They're like, this guy's an idiot. He can't even get this straight. All right, let's listen to this idiot. Ready?
According to me, according to this poll,
okay,
that's a hate group. That's a hate group, and I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I would say, based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people.
Where they gonna go?
Get the fuck away.
You have 50 million black Americans. They live all over. I live in New York City, and everybody lives just perfectly in harmony. Everybody got their little enclave. You got the Italians in their own neighborhood. You got the Arabs in their own neighborhood. Everybody has their little own neighborhood. Everything's going fine. I don't know where they're gonna go. Europe? Where are you gonna take the white people back to Europe?
Wherever you have to go, just get away. Because there's no fixing this.
Wow.
This can't be fixed.
You gave up, huh?
Right, this can't be fixed. You just have to escape. So that's what I did. I went to a neighborhood where, I have a very low black population.
It's called white flight. We know about it. Scott, this has been going on for like 50, 60 years. It's called white flight. A matter of fact, the opposite is happening right now. The regeneration, whatever that is. The whites are coming back from the suburbs to claim the cities, and the blacks are running to the suburbs because they're getting priced out of their own neighborhoods. So neighborhoods rotate, Scott. What you did is it's been happening for a long time. It's called white flight. People who are afraid of their black neighbors. I mean, good.
Because unfortunately, there's a high correlation between the density. And this is according to Don Lemon, by the way.
Don Lemon, like
So
fucking
here I'm
Don
just
Lemon's the
quoting
expert.
Don Lemon when he notes that when he lived in a mostly black neighborhood,
Right.
there were a bunch of problems that he didn't see in white neighborhoods.
Right.
So even Don Lemon sees a big difference in your own quality of.
All right. There's crime all over the place. Yeah, I live in minority neighborhoods. There was crime. I never had any personal issue. Fuck, who's Don Lemon anyway? Don Lemon got a white husband, man. So he's one of you guys already. The whole idea is if we take that into consideration that there's crime in black neighborhoods. How about if you go to drug-infested white neighborhoods in the Midwest, in the rural area where they dying of fucking opiates, stealing, breaking into pharmacies, doing all this crazy shit? Are we going to hold that against the whole white community as a whole? This is what you're saying here is poisonous. But the people who have listened to you, they have failed to realize what you're doing. What you're doing is you want to pivot. Pivot, is that the word? When you want to change to a different place, you want to go back. You want to go on. The money is in podcasting. You see, Joe Rogan making $100 million in 2 years. All these guys are making all this money. You saw Steven Crowder offered $12 million a year for being an asshole. He said, "Oh, I could be an asshole too if he's going to get $12 million. Let me go in there and just say that I'm 70 years old and I decided to get up and say I'm a racist today."
Living based on where you live and who's there.
Okay.
So I think it makes no sense whatsoever as a white citizen of America to try to help black citizens anymore. It doesn't make sense.
As if he's helping black people. Black people are very independent, my friend. There's doctors, there's nurses, there's engineers. You're not helping the black people. You're helping white people too. If you're helping poor people, there are more poor whites than are poor blacks, my friend. So for you to say that as if you every day you get up and go, "Hey, come here. Hey, Leroy, you need help. Let me take you." Come on, man. That's racist as shit.
It's no longer a rational impulse. Yeah. And so I'm gonna back off from being helpful to black America.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like it pays off.
They're not gonna miss you.
Like I've been doing it all my life.
What did you do? Like what?
The only outcome is I've been.
What did you do, you fucking asshole? What did you? You drew some cartoon guy named Dilbert on a fucking newspaper with a big head. That's all you did your whole life. That's all you did. What did you do? What have you done for the black people? So show us your receipts. What have you done? So just to give us a heads up in case the black community collapse after you stop helping it. Like, is that how to put it? Let me get this candy out of my mouth. So you need to give us a heads up there, Scott. What have you been doing for the whole black America? You carrying all the black people on your shoulder for 30 years and we didn't even know that? And you didn't even tell us to help you? He didn't even tell us to help him, man. He needed help. And he didn't even tell us. Go ahead, Scott.
It's the only outcome. It makes no sense to help black Americans if you're white.
Yeah, don't help them.
It's over.
It's over.
Don't even think it's worth trying.
Don't even.
Totally not trying.
Not trying.
And
What the hell was that?
There we go.
Yeah.
You didn't expect that today, did you?
No, we didn't. We didn't. Uh-oh.
But those who don't want to focus on education, you just need to get away from them. Just
Get away from them.
distance as you can.
Look at that language, man.
That's my recommendation. And I'm also really sick of seeing video after video of black Americans beating up.
Oh, he's reading from somewhere. So he had it prepared. He just got up and somehow, you know how when you get up and you do a show, you go off the rail by accident and you start saying crazy shit like what they do sometimes. This is prepared. You see, he's reading it. You have to look at it. I know what that. Okay.
Non-black citizens. I realize it's anecdotal, and it doesn't give me a full picture of what's happening. But every damn day, I look on social media, and there's some black person beating the shit out of some white person. I'm kind of over it. I'm over it.
All right.
Right. So I quit.
All right. I'll tell you what. Fuck you and fuck your cartoons. Excuse my language, YouTube. And nobody gives a damn if you quit or you don't quit. Here you go. He's trying to walk it back. Look at this. I don't know if this guy is. I think he did this guy on the left, on the right side. Wait, hold on.
Always been in favor of.
Okay. Now he wants to walk it back.
Action.
You know what happened is there's a knee-jerk reaction from all the newspapers that carry his cartoon. So everybody just dropped it. Of course you're gonna drop it. This is not a slip of the tongue. This guy came up on YouTube on camera and said that it's time to let go. That as if black people were children, as if he was helping them. It's time to let them go. There's no hope. It's time just to move and stay away out of these people. I don't know. Are you? When he was born in 1957 or 56, so he saw a little bit of segregation. You want to segregate the populations again there?
Diversity is something every company wants, and they should. I'm in favor of this. Mm-hmm. By the way, I'm in favor of, and have always been in favor of,
affirmative action. You fucking shit.
When I say stay away from black people, anybody who thought that was like a literal, like, all black people, if you see one coming, run. Like, do you think that I went?
Okay. Full disclosure, I don't think he's talking to this guy over here. I don't know if you can see. This guy just split the screen and pretended that he was interviewing them. Look how he's walking it back in the stupidest, cowardice way you could do it.
Live stream. And said, stay away from black people. Everyone.
It was a joke.
Exceptions. Whatever you do, just ask yourself. Diversity is something every company wants, and they should. I'm in favor of this. Mm-hmm. By the way, I'm in favor of, and have always been in favor of,
affirmative action.
Affirmative action.
Yeah.
When I say stay away from black people, anybody who thought that was like a literal, like, all black people, if you see one coming, run. Like, do you think that I went?
Hold on. Let me shut this motherfucker
live
off.
Stream.
Okay.
And
okay, I'm just testing this OBS stuff here. Let me see if I go to screen 2. Whoa, there you go. Wow, you looking beautiful there, kid. All right. You saw that. He meant it. He meant every word of it. And he was so damn it on being. He didn't even color it a little bit. You know how you get these races like Donald Trump and other people? They dog whistle here, little dog whistle here. Well, there's a lot of crime on white people by some black people. We need to help and stop it. In other words, but he came out and said he's tired of it. And he's tired of helping black people. And it's time to let them go. Let them go where, man? What are you, fucking Pharaoh? And there was the Jews or what? Anyway, what's his name? Adam Scott is a racist, and he's probably always been a racist. Sometimes it just, how when you have people who kill people and they go to the police integration and they have this guilt and they just have to confess by the end of 2-3 hours. It just took him, like 50, 60, 30 years to confess. And it's a shame. There was no reason for all that he said. He could have kept it in. Sometimes it's nice not to say things that you think. Don't help them and don't hurt them. If you really have an issue with black people for their color or who they are, just don't go on fucking YouTube and start talking out of your ass, man. You're a person. You have what are you gonna call a megaphone? He doesn't have a megaphone. He has some cartoon Dilbert on like hundreds of newspapers across the United States. You're making money. These people buy these newspapers, so you're making money off them. So for you right now to go, oh, did you really think I meant it literally? I was just kidding. I was joking. I was having breakfast. We saw you read the notes. You wrote that shit before you got up. And you're a person of details. You're an artist, right? You draw. So people who are artists, they are very, they pay attention to details. All right, let's go to the next idiot here. Because as we are right now on what is it called? The hate parade. All right, there you go. Let's say the next racist. Where's the next racist? Here he goes. Shut up. All right, here you go. The next racist. All right. There we go. We have the next guy. Okay.
State houses, they've done
Okay, this garbage here. We call him Meatball Michael Knowles. Michael Knowles is very educated. He graduated from Yale. I don't know what's going on with these Ivy League guys. They're all fucking racist or hateful, like DeSantis, Ted Cruz, Harvard, DeSantis, Harvard, what do you call it? Him, Yale. A lot of these educated people, Netanyahu in Israel, we're going to get to later on, who's killing the Palestinians. out of MIT, one of the best schools in the United States. I think it's in Massachusetts. So the whole idea is Michael Knowles is part of an outfit called the Daily Wire. The Daily Wire has Ben Shapiro. You know who he is. He's the grifter. Oh, there's a lot of anti-Semitism. There's a lot of anti-Semitism, but he'll fucking shit on black people every day and the transgender community every day. I have a video of him, but God forbid somebody spit on some guy who eating sushi in Hollywood who happened to be Jewish, and the guy happens to be Arab. He almost fucking knocked the whole TV over himself. This is what I hate about these people. That this outfit here is weird. You got Ben Shapiro, Michael Knowles, Matt Walsh, who's fucking Nazi, and you have Candace Owens, the filter for the white nationalist or for the racist. And I don't know who the other guy is. And you have that guy, Dr. Peterson, whatever it is, the Canadian guy who gave us the 12 steps to better your life while he's addicted to opiates. Anyway, Meatball Mike here. Meatball Mike, I don't know what the hell happened to him. He just went on this rant about the transgender community. Every day, all 5 people that work in the Daily Wire has a segment on the transgender community. Now, I have no problem with the transgender community. They are human beings. If they're fighting for their rights, good luck. I mean, I believe in live and let live. That's how I was raised up. Sometimes, this is how it should be. This is how it should be. But these, I don't know, there's a war going on between the right wing and the LGBT community. We need a truce. Now, let's see, one day he got up. Here's another idiot. The other guy got up after 30 years of being on Dilbert and all that shit and said he don't want the black people no more. That's the guy from Dilbert, Scott Adams. Let's see what Michael Knowles' idea is for the day. Go ahead, Michael.
In order for women to have the right to have their own bathrooms, you have to ban transgenderism entirely.
Oh.
You can't just ban it for the kids. It's got to be entirely.
How do you ban a transgender person? What do you do, Mike? We need ideas here. How do we ban like 2 million people, like 1 million people in the United States? I mean, what do we do? It sounds like the final solution you're coming up with these ideas. Let's go.
In order for women to be able to have their own locker rooms at the gym, you have to ban transgenderism
That's right. Yeah.
entirely.
Wow.
In order to protect businesses from having to participate in weird occult sexual rituals like the transgender transition, you have to ban transgender.
How are we going to ban them? How? You got to give us ideas, Michael. Meatball Mike right here. Meatball Mike is on the microphone there telling us we got to ban transgenderism. How do we ban them? What do we do with them, Mike? Did you just see that about a month ago? They got shot up and 4 or 5 of them got killed in the club. You better be careful what you're talking about, man. These people, they'll do anything for that dollar, man. Entirely. That's fucking genocidal.
I love this bill because it is so much more aggressive than the other bills we've seen. I don't mean to knock the other.
He loves them too. He loves them too. Yeah.
Great job laying the foundation.
I understand.
The groundwork, rather. But this bill goes much further, and it reminds us of a truth in politics that Republicans all too often forget. You're either on offense or you're on defense.
Wow.
You're either making gains in the culture or you're losing ground in the culture. There's no standing still. There's no status quo. There's no neutrality. And what the conservatives have screwed up on for at least 50 years.
Well, the difference between the culture war is your sides want to impose religion and religious ideas and religious behavior on a segment of the population that is not religious, while the other side is saying, do whatever you want to do, because we live under a constitutional state, not a what do you call a church-based state. And as long as you don't invade other people's privacy or invade other people's privacy or infringe on other people's rights, you do whatever you want to do. But you are the people of no. I'm starting to sound like that Winsley, that girl said, gotta go to rehab. No. So the whole idea, Michael, is not a culture war. It's a war of one side trying to impose their religious belief or the idea how people should live, or want to bring people back to the 60, 70, 80 years ago. It's not going to happen, Michael. It's not going to happen. I could agree with you on certain things, like school children should be left alone and just read and write and learn things that they're supposed to. I would go you with that. I will help you with that. But how do you ban a segment of the population? Let's say 100 years ago, when the Italians came to the United States, your people came here, they were considered non-white. They were treated. They even lynched them. I think, what is it, New Orleans? There was lynching. They were killing them. They were treating them like garbage. They considered them dirty. They considered them sorcery because they believed in the Pope. Imagine if somebody came at that time and says, listen, we should ban Italian people. If we want to enjoy ourselves in the United States and remain a pure Anglo-Saxon with a little bit of German in there, and we got to stay from the Catholic sorcery, we have to ban the Catholics and the Italians. Imagine if somebody had to say that. How does that sound to you? It's the same thing. If you really think about it, that's how people thought 100 years ago. They used to call Italians wops. There was so much racism against Italian immigrants and Irish immigrants. Imagine if somebody came up and they had this radio station and they could able to reach everybody. Listen, America, in order for us to remain a pure Anglo-Saxon Protestants country and avoid the menace of Catholicism and the sorcery of the Pope and the Italian menace, we have to ban the Italians, all Italians. We have to ban them all. Imagine how that sounds. It's the same thing, Michael. Good, Meatball Mike.
Years now, probably more, is the libs make some crazy aggressive play.
Okay.
And then we try to dial it back by about 5 to 10%.
Okay.
Or worse.
Why are you winking at me? Okay.
By about 5 to 10%. So the libs attack the family through feminism, the fundamental political institution. Yeah. They claim that men and women are basically the same. That takes the culture.
So in other words, he's saying that women and men should not be able to earn the same income. That women should not have the right to be to be safe in the workplace, or to be managers, supervisors, CEOs, or able to lead companies. The issue here is about education, not about being the same. Go ahead, Michael.
Pretty far to the left, and then conservatives try to inch it back a little bit, but not by the time they're even thinking about inching it back, the libs push forward with the normalization of other sexual practices, gay rights, among other things.
Okay, so the gays do not have no rights no more, Michael. So we have to we have to reverse the women's rights movement and bring it back in the kitchen. Get rid of gay rights, us too. Okay, what's next, Michael? Let's see. So we got two of them.
The conservatives are trying to dial that back. The libs, they've lurched much further.
We got two already, okay?
They're trying to redefine marriage now. They say redefine marriage. Well, I don't know. I guess we could come to some kind of terms with a civil union, and by the time you say that, whoop!
Now he wants to ban gay marriage. I was approved by a majority in the Supreme Court with a conservative judges, by the way. Go ahead. That's
they lurched even further to the left. Now,
all right, Meatball, take it easy.
Transgenderism. Actually, now a man can become a woman. A man can become a woman. Okay, but maybe we shouldn't do it to my. By the time we say that, whoop! Oh my gosh, we're all the way off the screen.
Right.
Because now they're trying to trans the kids. And there are many conservatives now who are saying, look, if you're a man and you want to put on a dress, that's fine, but just don't do it to children. Just don't make me pay for it. No.
All right, there you have it from Meatball. What's his name? Meatball Michael Knowles said you have to ban trans people. I don't know how you ban them. What do you do? Like I said, can you really ban a segment of the population? Is he advocating for violence? It has to be, because there's a lot of violence. A lot of them are getting killed by hate crimes. And for Michael Knowles of the Daily Wire to come up and say they have to be banned, for people to enjoy going to a locker room, they have to ban. I don't know what you're saying. The whole idea is that this is another hateful person. And it's a shame that we live in this day and age where people could just get up and say that. And he has a lot of followers, and his company is a big company. The Daily Wire is not a small outfit. So the whole idea is that they don't care. I mean, what they say or what they do, as long as they can make money and play that cultural war that they do every year. This is the whole issue we're having. And it is a problem. Anyway, that was Michael Knowles from the Daily Wire. Now, I know I want to do a couple of shows. Here's the other. This is a small idiot. This is a small idiot.
But on
hold on. Before you go, before we go to a different, I forgot her name. What's her name was? Let me see her name first. Imagine. What's her name? What the fuck? One of the most serious important. That's right. See what Judy Roger, I don't know, said. You're fucking up one of the most serious and potential charges and case in U.S. history. Oh, let me go. Imagine, here she goes. Okay, this is the foreman. It's a short thing. This is the foreman of the jury that I was, the grand jury that was investigating Trump and he tried in Atlanta. They've been investigating for almost a year, and they picked this idiot to be the foreman. I don't know what the fuck the prosecutor was thinking, or the 24 or 23 people. I don't know how many people they use in Atlanta. I know New York is 24 jury members to investigate in secret, and they picked this idiot. After they finish, he's supposed to go home and shut up and wait for the district attorney or the attorney general to make a decision whether to indict certain people. And this idiot here could not wait to get in front of a camera. She just ran right straight to. Oh, okay, what an idiot! Good.
Personally, want to hear from the former president. I wanted to hear from the former president, but honestly, I kind of wanted to subpoena the former president because I got to swear everybody in. And so I thought it'd be really cool.
Fuck is that?
60 seconds with President.
I guess for everybody in. What the hell is that? What's wrong with you? Who voted you? I think Donald Trump is one of the luckiest son of a bitch in the world. They almost had him with those files, the secretive files, and they found some with Joe Biden. Now they could have got something out of this. Now they got this idiot. Would you take anything serious with a person like this? I think they should leave Trump alone. She fucked up the whole case.
President Trump, of me looking at him and being like, do you solemnly swear? And me getting to swear him in, I kind of just thought that would be an awesome moment. Personally.
He said for Trump to come and she to swear him in and to look at him for 60 seconds. Or you know that she ran around trying to shake Rudy Giuliani's hand? This is one of the biggest idiots I haven't seen in history. You have one of the most serious cases in U.S. history that could probably derail Donald Trump's presidency in 2024, and you had this idiot. Let's listen to it again. Look how happy she is.
I wanted to hear from the former president, but honestly, I kind of wanted to subpoena the former president because I got to swear everybody in. And so I thought it'd be really cool to get 60 seconds with President Trump of me looking at him and being like, do you solemnly swear? And me getting to swear him in, I kind of thought that would be an awesome.
Oh, fucking idiot. Get off my fucking screen, you filthy animal. Get out! How dumb can you be? All right, let's go to a serious subject now. All right. There's an issue here in Israel. The Palestinian conflict has been going on for 70, 80 years, and it's not a complex issue. They try to make it complex, and they get up on TV, and those talk, well, it's a complex issue. We cannot just talk about it. No, it's not. There's a people who are occupied, and there's an occupier. Very simple. Get the fuck off the land, and everybody's happy. They've been negotiating with Israel since 1989. And as they negotiate with Israel since 1989, for 22% of what used to be 100% of what used to be Palestine, the Israeli government have been bringing people to settlements inside the West Bank, inside the territory that belongs to the Palestinians. Since 1989, the Jewish population, you got to call it the Jewish population because they're not Israeli. Israeli citizens are inside Israel. This is Jewish guys who think that Judah and Samara about Moses and all that shit. They have settled 600,000 people. Now, every day, what they do is, let me show you what happened over the weekend. Over the weekend, the settlers, hold on. Is that the settlers? No, that's not the piece of shit. Hold on, let me give you I don't have all of it here. Let me check.
Dozens of cars.
Let me see. Okay. It's a small picture. Anyway, let's go first to the thing. Okay. You have an issue here where you have people who come from Brooklyn, New York, from Connecticut, from Philadelphia, or from Canada. These are misfits who lives in the Jewish community who are not able to become successful in the United States. All of a sudden, they get this call and they have to settle the land of Israel, all of it. And they go to settle exactly right in the heart of Palestinian town. They take houses by force. I had a video in a while back ago. The family went to the market, and these guys, people like 15 of them, ran inside their house. They had mattresses, they had pillows, they had everything. So what's going on is that they're armed and the Palestinians not. What we have right now is what we used to have here in the United States called Jim Crow laws, because they have these walls where the Palestinians have their own roads and Jews have their own roads. The water, 80% of the resources of the water inside the occupied land goes to Jewish settlers, while the other 20% goes to the majority Palestinians who have to be under occupation. Now, over the weekend, the equivalent of the KKK, but the Jews, attacked the whole village and burned it down. Listen to this.
Cars, shops, and homes across the occupied West Bank, and the Israeli army is protecting them. At least one Palestinian has been shot dead. Last week, Israeli forces killed 11 Palestinians in Nablus, and days later, a Palestinian gunman killed 2 Israeli settlers. An Israeli cabinet minister and settler leader called for Israel to strike without mercy and that the village of Hawara must be erased. The Israelis who have gone on a destructive rampage in the occupied West Bank.
These are the same Jews who lived in Europe and were under the atrocities of the European people, who went through pogroms, who were almost extinguished as a race. 6 million Jews were extinguished at the Holocaust. They lived in ghettos. They took everything that happened to them and they brought it to the Palestine, and they had implemented it on the Palestinian people. That's it. Everything that happened to them in Europe is happening to the Palestinian under their own hands. And the whole idea I have a problem is the progressive in the United States, Jews and non-Jews, they are progressive in everything except Palestine. Even the media, they don't pay attention. They don't care. Imagine if the Palestinian went into a Jewish village inside Israel and burned the whole village, burned all their properties in the street. And this is what the KK used to do here in the South. Same thing. There is no difference between this. They have the Jim Crow law. The Jewish government doesn't see the Palestinians as full human citizens. They're not citizens. They're not citizens of anything. They have no legal protection under the law because there's no country. They are occupied. And the Jewish state does not want to give them the same protection under the Geneva Convention. Like I said, since 1989, they've been negotiating. What's that, 40 years ago? The people who started, they already died. It's a new generation. The only fucking guy still alive is Netanyahu. He's like 73 years old. That's what I say. He's from the Ivy League. He was educated here. He lived in Philadelphia. And he went to MIT. You figure a person with such education would be open to ideas and peace. No, this is what happened over the weekend. Look.
Live in settlements that were illegally built on Palestinian land, often by violently forcing Palestinians out of their homes and then destroying their towns and villages.
That's what they're doing.
Israeli settlers are subject to a different legal system from Palestinians.
They're homeless
and are allowed to carry weapons, while Palestinian civilians are not. In 97% of attacks by Israeli settlers against Palestinians, no one is convicted. Violent attacks by Israeli settlers on Palestinians are nothing new. Last year, the UN recorded 800 incidents in the occupied West Bank. But the Hawara attack by an estimated 4...
These are cowards. They have the Israeli army that protects them, and they have weapons. While the Palestinian, if they do something, they're going to be killed. If they fight back or try to defend themselves, they're going to be killed. So they are... It is a shame what's going on there, and I don't give a fuck what the ADL says here in the United States. What the ADL does here, oh, what did Kyrie Irving say? He did a league. Give us $1 million. Oh, give him one. It's all about money here in the United States. You can't say nothing. Oh, it's about the Benjamin. Oh, that's an anti-Semitic show. Motherfuckers, you're attacking people in daylight. You're burning their villages. You're killing their children. How worse can it get before these people speak up?
400 settlers is one of the worst in decades. Israelis attacked at least 70 Palestinian homes and set more than 100 vehicles on fire.
Listen, just burned it down.
Look. Palestinian who was killed, over 350 have been injured by Israeli fire or settler violence. Around 100 Palestinians are currently being treated for tear gas inhalation.
ما بيخلوا ولا شيء بالعكس أخرى صاروا يرموا على الدار كنابل مسيلة دماء عشان اللي في كلبه يموتوا ينخنقوا. يعني إيش دمار اللي كانوا جايين إيش حكد.
In 2023 so far, Israeli forces have killed 65 Palestinians.
2023. Well, what February? That's 60 days, right? Right? They have killed 65 Palestinians. This is the police, and not inside Israel, in the occupied land. They would go in like 3 weeks ago. There were 3 people who were wanted. So instead of when they went to pick up the 3 people, they killed 11 and injured 100. Because they don't view the Palestinians as human beings. And the whole idea that we give them $4 billion, no question asked by the United States, it's a shameful act. And we are an accomplice to what's going on in the Palestinian territories. You cannot put it any other way. We cannot pretend and lie nothing is happening. Come on, man. Let's be humans, man. Let's talk truth to power. Let's call bullshit when we see it. Don't cower away, afraid for your careers, afraid to say something. If you say something, you lose your career in the United States. What's going on here is genocidal. These are people who are bent on stealing these people's land, and I don't know what they want to do with them. If Germany had a final solution, I don't know what the Jews in Israel have for these 7 million Palestinians. They don't want to give them their own country. They don't want to make them full Israeli citizens. So what's the outcome of what's going on in Palestine? I mean, what's going to happen? Nobody's saying anything. Everybody's a fucking coward. The United States mainstream media, they're all full of cowards, afraid for their job to say something. You got to call out what's wrong wherever you go. Don't drive me crazy every night with Ukraine this, Ukraine that, Ukraine this. But the Palestinian village gets burned down to the ground. I don't even see one segment on liberal MSNBC. Why? What are you afraid of? Talk. It's the truth. Just say the truth. Don't make up anything. You cannot hide it no more. You got social media. Nothing's going to be hidden like it used to be before.
Palestinians, including 13 children, and injured hundreds. The Israeli government has recently approved over 7,000 new settlement homes.
This year, they want to put 7,000 more homes on a land they are negotiating to give it back to the Palestinian. So if you're negotiating a peace treaty, while at the same time you are approving residential settlements inside the territory that you are negotiating the Palestinian with, hey, bullshit is bullshit. Bullshit is bullshit. You gotta call bullshit is bullshit.
Breaching international law and forcing even more Palestinians out of their homes.
Right, let's see if I have one more. Okay, these are the Palestinians. These were killed in February. All these men, wait, it's like every day, wait, hold on. All these Palestinians, see, all young. These are not terrorists, look at that. They're young people with lives. These are old, maybe in their 60s, their 20s, were murdered by the Israeli occupation, by the Jewish Israeli occupation army. The reason I say that, you're going to say, Omar, why are you saying there's Jews? Because there's Arabs inside Israel. So the Arab are not killing the Palestinians inside the occupied territory. The Jewish part of Israel who own the military, who have the guns, are killing 30 to 40 Palestinians every month. Now you have to ask your questions. What happens? Now these people have uncles, aunts, sons, nephews. That hatred is going to continue. That hatred is going to continue forever. There's something going on. I don't know what the end game is. Israel, I don't know what the end game is for Israel. Because if you have 7 million Palestinians under occupation, you don't want to bring them into Israel because you don't want to lose the Jewish majority. You want to keep it an ethno state for Jews only. At the same time, yeah, here's more pictures. At the same time, you're building new settlements. Look at this. This is over the weekend, guys. After Saturday, they finished Sabbath, praying in their home. They were not able to touch any air conditioners or TVs. They came out and they had lighters and gas. Fuck you. Not afraid no more. Fuck you. Okay, this is I know this guy is. Remember, this is Mark I think Lamont or something. One time he used to work for CNN as a contributor. He said something about the Palestinian issue. They fired him. He was fired Because he went to Palestine and saw what was going on.
Talking about occupation.
Okay, let me see what he's saying.
2005. Right now, Gaza still.
Hold on.
If you're talking about occupation moving ending in 2005, right now Gaza is still controlled by land, by air, by sea. Israel still has a blockade. Israel still controls the population registry. Israel still controls the electromagnetic sphere. Israel still controls movement. Israel still controls the entering and leaving for Palestinians. It still controls the construction of supplies. It still controls the water, the food that comes in. It still controls the economy. Palestinians have not had one day of self-determination. If you don't call that second-class citizenship and an apartheid state, shame on you.
Thank you, man. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, man. This man, if you want to get his book, him and a guy named Bernard, he's a Jewish guy who speaks truth to power and who's honest. And they wrote a book. It's called Progressive and Everything But Palestine. They wrote a book. I have the book. You know, I have it on Audible. This is how they teach Palestinians. Look, this is every day, every fucking day. Look. All those guns, all those uniforms are paid by us. We give them $4 billion a year for military use. That's for civilian. We buy all these guns, all these sticks they're beating up the Palestinians with, all these hats, everything. We buy it. The American taxpayer buys it. Oh, what a shame, man. What a shame. Every day. Every day. Every day. Do we got more? Oh, this is the idiot. All right. So let me just close on this. All right, I showed you all the videos over the weekend. The the Jewish KKK, Jim Crow law, and the occupied territory of the Palestinian went on a fucking frenzy and burned down more than 100 homes, burned down more than 100 cars, beat up Palestinians. They were armed to the teeth, and the whole idea. They just from Friday evening to Saturday evening, they were under Sabbath. They had to obey the law of God. They could not even touch the TV set because God will get mad. But God is not going to get mad when you go burn down people's homes. You fucking evil piece of shit. Yeah, you are evil. I'm going to call it out, man. Talk the truth, man. It's evil what they're doing. The whole idea, you still have an issue with the Christian evangelists. They have this thing where they love Israel more than Israel itself. They don't even support Palestinian Christians who are poor as fuck inside Palestine. American Christian evangelists will not help their own brothers and sisters inside the occupied territories where the most poorest are the Christian Arabs there. But they're going to help settle Israel from the Tigris to the river, from the river, I don't know what the hell that word means, because they want to bring in the coming of Jesus Christ. So Jesus could come, then tell the Jews, you either convert or you die. Now, if your God will only come at the carnage and backs and murder of Palestinian women and children, that's not a God. I don't even think he's going to come for that. If Jesus is a loving God, and you want to bring that his coming by populating the Palestinian territory with Jewish from all over the world, and you don't care what happened to the Palestinian day in and day out, just, I don't know what the word is. Is it called the rapture of their God? Then you have a problem. You have a moral problem. You are not Christian. I think it says in the Bible someplace, it said, they're going to say, we build, what is it? We took out demons. We did this. We did that. We helped the poor. We did that. We did that in your name. And Jesus will say, get away from me, you evil. I never knew you. That's you, the evangelist. He never knew you. Because for you to support another group, to murder another group, so that group will eventually help bring your God. I don't know what kind of religion is that. That's not Christianity, man. You know, it's a shame what they're doing. You want to go watch some crazy videos now? All right, let's hope for the best. Nothing's going to happen. More Palestinians are going to die. More Palestinian land is going to be settled. Just remember, I don't know what's going to happen 10, 20. There's something under their sleeves. Something's going to happen to the Palestinian people. Either they're going to ethnically cleanse them, or I don't know what they're going to do with them, because they're going to have to do something. Because if you at the same time don't want these people, but want their land, you're settling within their villages. At the same time, you want to maintain a Jewish state or an ethno-Jewish state that's only Jews, but you have 7 million. What are you going to do with these people? Apartheid, like South Africa? It's not going to work. Well, whatever you're doing, it's not going to work. I just hope it doesn't work, whatever you want to do. All right, let me see what I got here. What's that? Here's the idiot here. This is the biggest idiot right now. Now, that's why the right wing is not going to win anything. When you have people like this, we want the national divorce. We don't want you. Who are you? She wants a national divorce. She represents the district. She got 170,000 votes by some idiots in fucking Georgia who are probably dumber than she is, because you are what you eat. If you're sending me this fucking idiot to Congress, then you are the bigger idiot than she is. And this guy, Sean Hannity, I know him from the 90s. He's a fucking piece of shit. He's a lying garbage piece of shit, and he knows it.
And here's my question.
You got the glasses.
How did you get to this point? I mean, I look at topics. For example, how do you reconcile defund the police and no bail laws with law and order? How do you reconcile secure borders and wide open borders? How do you reconcile energy independence with energy dependence and new Green Dealism? How do you reconcile peace through strength with people that want to gut our defense? I don't see middle ground on a lot of these issues.
Yeah.
So what is the other answer if it's not a divorce?
Listen to this. Listen to genius. Exactly. Oh, I'm not even watching this. Oh, I'm watching this by myself. Oh, let me bring it back. Give me, okay. Such an idiot.
And here's my question. How did you get to this?
Sorry, guys. I hope you have patience.
I mean,
nobody watches this channel anyway.
For example, how do you reconcile defund the police and no bail laws with law and order? How do you reconcile secure borders and wide open borders? How do you reconcile
okay,
with energy dependence and new Green Dealism? How do you reconcile peace through strength with people that want to gut our defense?
Okay, he's a piece of shit.
I don't see middle ground on a lot of these issues. So what is the other answer if it's not?
I'm willing to bet you she had that question before the show happened. Look how ready she is to answer. She's jumping off her fucking pants.
A divorce.
National divorce. What the fuck is a national divorce?
Exactly, Sean. That's the problem and where we are today. And
in
my life and my world, all of my friends are regular Americans. Everyone I talk to is sick and tired and fed.
What the fuck is a regular American? What is that? What are you talking about? Everyone I know and everyone I speak to knows that they are regular Americans. Yahoo! Racist.
Bullied by the left, abused by the left, and disrespected by the left.
How?
And our ideas, our policies, our ways of life.
So you want to impose your people to go to fucking church every Sunday? Is that it? You want to impose your will on people? That's what it is? Do you think people care what you do down in your district in someplace in Georgia? Nobody really cares. Do what you got to do, man.
Have become so far apart that it's just coming to that point. And the last thing I ever want to see in America is a civil war. No one.
What the fuck? Why do you go to a civil war with your clip? Oh shit! I'm gonna get in trouble with that. That did not sound right. Take it back. I don't do any edit. How the hell we gonna have a civil war? The same guy from that guy Hawthorne, the guy in the wheelchair, he said the same thing, and we saw him not naked humping his friend's face. Who you humping?
Wants that. At least everyone I know would never want that. But it's going that direction.
No, it's not.
We have to do something about it.
All right. You know what we got to do about it? We got to get you out of Congress. That's what you got to do. The idiots in the 14th district, all the idiots in the 14th district in Georgia, get rid of this piece of shit. You don't need this. She's loud.
What they have.
I'm a businesswoman. I have a construction company that my daddy gave me.
I don't think you remove or erase history. So I do agree those statues shouldn't be taken down.
Right.
They're part of our history.
Yeah.
We should learn from our history.
They're part of our history. She sounds like the what's her name? Arias. What's that girl that killed her boyfriend? Dirty Arias. No, don't say that.
We don't erase it. But that doesn't make me a racist because I say
You're not a
there's
racist. You're an
statue up
idiot.
there.
The difference.
If I were black people today and I walked by one of those statues, I would be so proud.
All right.
Look how far my people have, what they have overcome. I don't think you remove or erase.
Go fuck yourself. Fucking, you're just a racist. What is it? Let me see. This is no. There she goes. Let's see what she has to say here. She's fucking.
My ex-husband showed up to vote in person in the 2020 general election and was told he already voted. And they said, "You, Mr. Green, you have voted absentee ballot." He said,
I think she's making that shit. She said her husband went into. People got a fucking. Let me see.
"Laurel, thank you very much for your expertise on
She's saying, I didn't hear it.
this issue. Gabe, I do not consider you an expert on this issue. As a matter of fact, I consider you a major problem. And here's why. My ex-husband showed up to vote.
Ex-husband. I swear to God, that shit did not never happen. I will swear on that. It never happened.
You, Mr. Green, you have voted absentee ballot." He said, "No, I haven't. I never requested one. I never filled one out. I never sent it in." And he had to sign a form.
All right, can somebody go contact her ex-husband and make sure that she's saying that her ex-husband went to vote and they told him he already voted. Making that shit all up. I swear to, I'm willing to bet all my equipment here that she's making a lot. I don't have a lot of money. So I'm going to bet my camera here and my microphone. She's just making that, she's putting that shit right out of her ass, right there at that moment.
Surrendering a ballot he never voted on and never sent in order to vote in person.
Yeah.
Now, that complaint got largely ignored. No one listened. We reported in the news.
You know what the worst problem is? That people who are smart and intelligent, who went to school, who are very intellectually, and culturally able, have to listen to some fucking trailer park.
We reported it. The Secretary of State's office reported it constantly, and no one gave a shit about what happened to him. But guess what? It wasn't just him. There were many, many people that reported the same issue, not just in Floyd County, but all over the state.
All right, can we have the names of these people that they went to vote and somebody voted their name already? Can somebody go and confirm this fucking bullshit that you're putting out of her ass right now?
And I want to tell you something else. For you to say there were no dead voters in Georgia, there was thousands of dead voters.
There was 1,000 dead voters in Georgia. He's telling her there was only 4. Look at him. I feel sorry for him. He has to listen to this fucking garbage, man.
Georgia. And then the other thing is, you have constantly.
They were the Trump voters.
For this election, and I'm going to tell you, there was blatant outright fraud in the 2020 election, complete and total fraud. You know.
Okay, this performance right now about the 2020 election. That's with Trump. That's not for what's going on inside the room. Right now, she knows this is going to get back to Trump. You're going to say, "Oh, look at that. She's for me, huh?" She really knows that I want her and know what.
You absolutely do know it. I'm going to follow up with one more thing. Trump won Georgia. I know you don't like for me to say that, but I am.
Okay, then Trump won Georgia. Fucking you.
He did. I'm born and raised in Georgia, lived there all my life, campaigned all over the state in the 2020 election. And to come in here for the Election Integrity Caucus and for you to be on the panel, it's actually insulting to election integrity because I think you did a horrific job for the state of Georgia. And I can't believe that our tax dollars have to pay you to run our election system. You were formerly a Georgia state employee.
Yeah, 3 million people already saw this.
During the election. So I think that was
3 million people saw how dumb she is.
Happened and no one else got picked, but somehow we ended up with you. But there were massive problems. In the recount in Floyd County, they recovered over 2,000 votes for Trump in the hand recount. Floyd County is a tiny little county.
Talk, man, talk back.
To recover over 2,000 votes for Trump in a hand recount is outrageous. And then we have the whole catastrophe of suitcases coming out from under the table, videos of them re-scanning
talk, man.
stacks of ballots. All of this went on, but the
You gotta push back, man. She's making all this shit up, man. This is your opportunity. That's that guy from Georgia.
Secretary of State's office said, "Oh, flawless election in the state of Georgia in 2020," and it's not. I'm sorry, it's not. And I hate to tell you, but there are many Georgians, and I'm one of them, that have no faith in our election system in Georgia.
Yeah, because Trump won and he got cheated. Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
fact that I get
Trump got cheated. That's it, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and thank you, Claudia. But this, I don't find any election integrity here.
Go fuck yourself. Excuse my language. What a fucking idiot. Yesterday, Ellen tweeted,
believes that racism.
Oh, I gotta see this before I go. You see this garbage? This is Ben Shapiro, the biggest grifter and the richest grifter. Look at that. He looks like he just escaped. You know those fucking... You ever see that movie where... The Shining, I think it's called, where the guy's stuck in a house, the writer. And he looks depraved, man, with that mustache. He's here to say that... Remember we talked about Scott Adams, about when he came out racist, and now he said he's not racist. The idiot Musk, Elon Musk said, "Oh, there's a lot of racism against white people and Asian. It used to be against black people, now it's against white." Elon Musk should sit this one out. You come from a fucking country that oppressed black people for hundreds of years. Here you go. He will defend anything. Islam is not Israel.
They agree that racism is bad, but the left doesn't actually agree with that. The left actually believes that racism is good so long as it's directed against white people. And this has been a long...
Whole idea is you're not white. I mean, I know you're white, but the white don't consider you white, Ben. I swear to God. I interviewed a lot of them. They say you guys are not white. Even if you had blue eyes, they still say you're not white. So don't latch yourself to these guys.
Long time coming in American life, unfortunately. This was pointed out by Elon Musk yesterday to the great consternation of the media.
Second moment.
So there was a response to an article posted by the San Francisco Chronicle detailing the saga. And Musk wrote, "The media is racist." Quote, "For a very long time, U.S. media was racist against non-white people. Now they're
you see, well, let's listen
racist
first.
against whites and Asians. Same thing happened with elite colleges and high schools in America. Maybe they can try not being racist." So he's not actually defending what Scott Adams said. What he is saying is that the media...
Yes, he was. The whole article was about Scott Adams.
are totally fine with racism so long as it's directed at people who are higher up on the
I'm okay with racism as long as it's not anti-Semitism.
intersectional hierarchy, or more powerful on the intersectional hierarchy. Remember, for the left, there's a hierarchy of human value. It's really quite disgusting.
What the fuck are you talking about? All the newspapers are owned by white. The fucking political power is in the hands of white. What black newspapers are racist against whites? Whites can be racist against their own kind. You know, you'll do anything for money, you piece of shit. You probably get your own plane. When shit hit the fan, you're going to run right to fucking Tel Aviv.
Rooted in the notion of intersectionality. So the original theory of intersectionality, as Kimberly Crenshaw originally articulated, has been put aside in favor of this idea that in American society, the more intersectional check boxes you tick, the more victimized you are. And what that means is if you have many intersectional victim check boxes ticked, then you cannot victimize anyone who has fewer intersectional check boxes ticked. So if you're a black woman and you say something terrible about a white woman, this is not...
It's fucking black people, man. I don't know what happened there.
A form of discrimination.
Blacks were the ones who opened the door for you, for
It's
the
totally
Jewish
fine.
people in the United States. That whole civil rights movement was done with the backing of Jewish Americans in order to make inroads. As soon as you motherfucker the bullshit, my son no
Because
good.
black women have more
I'm gonna
check
get in trouble.
boxes
Let me get the
than
fuck out
white
of
women do. White women are just women. Black women are both black and women.
Yeah, right.
And this holds true throughout the intersectional hierarchy. So if you're a white person and you're racist against Asians, this means that you're terrible and racist because Asians are more diverse than you. But if you're a black person and you're racist against Asians, that's not racism. That's just something else.
All right, fuck you. Let me go, man. All right, I'm sure I said a lot of crazy shit. I'm going to get in trouble when I become famous in the future. Anyway, I had a good show today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are watching it. Until we meet next time, this is Omar. Love you all and take care. I don't want to hear this guy. He's the same. He's a garbage. Ben Shapiro is nothing but a fucking grifter. Take care, everybody. Bye. Thank you. Stop, eh?